Welcome back to another video, everyone. It is Christian here from the Calcio Bros, and I hope you guys have been enjoying Serie A so far. We've only been 2 days in, and we have just been full of surprises and great matches so far. I know I missed a week to talk about the opening fixture. Honestly, another busy week with that. But anyways, we just had our second week. We're entering international break because the usual Serie A, starting late, taking a break early. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Anyways, let's talk about what we saw so far. How some teams are doing right now, because there are a couple teams that are kind of struggling right now, and especially after I made my predictions, judging how some of these teams did, I may actually be way off than I originally intended, but it's still early on. Let's talk about what we saw so far and then go forward from there. Alright, so starting on Friday, August 27, there were two matches that day. 12:30, because again, so far right now, games have been at 12:30 and 2:45, so very close together and not spread out during the day. So anyways, 12:30, Udinese Venezia, that finished 3-0 for Luca Gotti's men. Then we have 2:45, Verona Inter, where Inter made a comeback victory 3-1 at the Bentegodi. Moving on to Saturday, August 28th, two games at 12:30 as well. We had Lazio Spezia finishing 6-1 for Maurizio Sarri's men. Incredible victory for them. Atalanta Bologna finishing at 0-0. Going on to the 2:45 matches on Saturday, we had Juventus Empoli, which is the surprise of the match day of the weekend and of the season so far, where newly promoted Empoli takes on and beats Juventus 1-0 at the Allianz Stadium. Huge result for them. And then we had Fiorentina Torino that finished 2-1 for La Viola. Going on to the Sunday now on the 29th, 12:30, Sassuolo Sampdoria finishing 0-0. And then Genoa Napoli finishing 2-1 for the Partenopei, with Petagna scoring a late winner in that match. 2:45, we had two games here, and it's basically a tale of two halves. Salernitana Roma finishes 4-0 with all goals coming in the second half. And then Milan Cagliari finishing 4-1 for the Rossoneri, with all the goals in the first half. So those were all the results from this weekend. Which matches did you guys enjoy? Were there any other surprises for you? But we all know the big one, which was Juventus Empoli. So let's talk about some of the matches that we saw this weekend, and let's get right into it now. Let's start off with Inter. They come back after a poor giveaway from Semir Handanovic, and it's not the first time that he did give a ball like that away. We've seen that in previous seasons, that sometimes just that lapse of judgment does put his defense under some worrying circumstances, really. They managed to come back, all goals coming in the second half, quickly from Lautaro Martinez, and then from El Tucu, if I'm saying that right, Joaquin Correa, their new signing, scoring 2 goals on his debut for Simone Inzaghi, reunited once again from their times at Lazio. So that was a huge boost for them. They are still looking very strong after their opening victory against Genoa that finished 4-0. They are looking great, and considering I did have them drop to third in my predictions, like I said, I know it was early on, with no games played, transfer market, but these are good signs for Inter, especially losing big players. Like I said, we have Eriksen that's not playing. They don't have Hakimi or Lukaku. Even though that's 2 or 3 players at least, they were integral in that Scudetto winning side. And they seem to be managing without them. But again, right now, they've only played Genoa and they've played Verona, but Verona have been a tricky side over the past. But Di Francesco hasn't been able to get them going right now. Maybe give him some time, but I know Di Francesco does want to get a better start. His career, he has had some poor seasons recently with Cagliari, Sampdoria. I feel there's one more side. But he did have a decent run with Roma, but he definitely is trying to get his career back on track. and it has been a tough. Let's see how he can do in the next fixture, in the next opening, the next Serie A match. But Inter, like I said, look great, able to command, rebound after a poor defensive error, but managing to maintain their perfect record so far. Let's see how well Simone Inzaghi can take this Inter side and what else we can expect from them. Lots more to come with only a couple days left in this transfer market, but well, who knows, it could be done by the time this video is posted or with a very few hours left. But anyways, let's see what the Nerazzurri are up to. Lazio just absolutely obliterated Spezia here. Incredible 6-1. Mobile scoring a first half hat trick, even missing a penalty as well, and scoring on the following corner as well. But this is kind of, I feel, what he needs. And I even said this before, that Immobile plays better with Lazio. I don't know if it's just the system or just Serie A, but he just fits better with Serie A. Maybe if he can keep getting some good run of form, get some goals in with Lazio, he can maybe really test his goal scoring pedigree with Italy. He does need to really step up. I know he is up there. No, he's not up there in age, but he's in his 30s now. So it's not like he has to prove himself with the Azzurri anyways, but you do want to see a proven goal scorer be consistent with your club team and with your national team. So we do want to see the best from Immobile all around. But right now with Lazio, he is carrying it up, an impressive result for Maurizio Sarri. And he's getting his Lazio side going over here. Definitely getting Sarri ball working there. I know it was going to be a bit of a, not a tough ask. They did have a few new signings, Hisaj, Pedro, and Felipe Anderson. I had to think about that for a sec. But it's still, he's managing a very similar system. Counterattack, able to really move the ball, and it could really work in Lazio's favor. And they are looking one of the good top side teams right now. We'll see once they play how they do going forward against really tough opposition as well, because they could really cause trouble for any side too if they play to their best. And the way we know how Sarri is, we could definitely see what happens. I think it's time now we also talk about the upset of the weekend, and that is with Juventus. Now, there were lots of rumors with Ronaldo leaving, and again, this is now his first game with that Juve has without him. We would have expected, like I honestly felt like he was holding Juve back. And after this game, I think we all know there's issues. We all know Juve had issues. But I think after this game, I guess Ronaldo was pushing that extra little bit for Juventus. But at first there's times where you think they always have to play on top of Ronaldo, always giving the ball, all that sort of stuff. But it did seem like he was helping to put Juve at a level above what they actually were. But right now, this game, it did show a lot of their problems. And again, I thought new coach, new player with Locatelli, maybe what they needed, but it's a lot more than that. And if they don't get all their stuff together, they may really fail this season. They just have a lot of work to do. Let's see what Allegri does. I know he can take part blame in this because I don't know what the hell of a formation he was doing, playing Danilo as a regista and McKennie as a winger, taking off Chiesa, who's one of your best players. I don't have any words for that, but Empoli did play. It's the first time they have beaten Juventus since '99, and first time in their history that they have beaten Juventus away from home, so that is a huge result for them. Mancuso scoring his first goal in Serie A, so the Serie B winners really get off to a good start. Yes, they did lose their opening game to Lazio, but defeating Juventus is probably an achievement in everyone's books, especially at the Allianz Stadium. I now believe this is only their 10th loss at the stadium, so not many defeats, but it takes a while but I guess it really takes heart to beat them there. But Now Allegri really has to get his team together within these next 2 weeks to see how they can bounce back, because they do have a tough game in Napoli after the international break. So now the question is, what does he do to get his team back on track? Does one or two signings help? Maybe, but if you want to get rid of your goalie, Chesney is a huge issue too, a huge liability at the back. Not sure where, I know maybe it's just a system, but Bonucci and Chiellini, they were rock solid at the Euros, but now I know it was Bonucci and De Ligt at the back, but maybe De Ligt's also shaky as well. But it's their whole midfield as well. We can't just base it off Locatelli. I know they're set to bring in Moise Kean to replace Ronaldo. Can he bring anything after his experience abroad? I know he did start at Juventus, of course, but especially with his time at Everton and PSG, can he bring some new energy to the squad, bring a force up front to help out Morata or Dybala? Let's see what he can do. They really need something if they want to remain competitive throughout this match. So, or not this match, the season. And if they want to meet objectives, I know, like I said, I had them winning Serie A. But if they're playing like this, I don't think they're gonna. It's gonna happen. There's other teams that are looking much better and actually playing like a team. So we'll see what happens. Now with Napoli, they were playing kind of without a striker. Osimhen suspended. Petagna came on late to secure a winner. Not much going on with Napoli. They haven't had many signings. Only one I know of is that they brought in Juan Jesus. Maybe they needed a signing for sure. I know they were looking at sending the appeal for Osimhen's suspension after he was sent off versus Venezia, and if his suspension is upheld, he will miss the Juventus match, and he could be missed. And Petagna, who does come on to score against Genoa, is looking like he's on his way to Samp. I can't remember if I saw if it was a loan or a definitive transfer. But they do need someone up front. They do need someone. I know it's good to have most of your core involved, but you do want that focal point up front. Maybe they're hoping just to rely on Osimhen. But if you suspend it, what are you going to do? Let's see what Napoli can bring going forward. Spalletti can definitely get Napoli going. It's still early on, but they are so far, 2 for 2, which is what they really need. Maybe with this international break, he can really get them going a bit more, working on a few things. And because again, if they can take advantage of Juventus's loss against Empoli, maybe you can see him start getting improving even more. So let's see what he can work with, and maybe bring in 1-2 new faces at best. I don't think he'll bring in, though they'll be bringing in many faces in the last few hours of the Calcio Mercato, but who knows? Maybe 1 or 2, like I said, at best. Let's see what Spalletti side can bring. Going on to Mourinho's Roma. Like I said, tale of two halves over here. Drawing a blank in the first half, and then just roaming a rampage in the second. Tammy Abraham playing exceptionally well again, causing issues and really creating opportunities for the Giallorossi. Huge win for them, definitely looking great, and a couple of goals were beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And Mourinho is starting to get them going, and they really do have a solid keeper in Rui Patricio as well, keeping them in the game when they can. And it's definitely an incredible result for them. They do look like they have an incredible team this year, and it's just the way they're playing. It's more business. You needed an upgrade in defense. You needed an upgrade in striker after losing Edin Dzeko. Bring in Rui Patricio and Tammy Abraham, and they're playing well so far, bringing what they need. Mourinho, this was definitely, like I said, a good step for Mourinho. Just needed that step down. Roma did have some issues over the years, so maybe these can help fix everyone's problems here, and they so far have done that. 2 impressive victories with their signings help them, and what else can you ask for, Definitely an important result for them, and that's just what they need. With the last match now, last team to talk about is Milan, who did really look impressive as well. And yes, it is Cagliari too, but still, you would expect Milan to beat teams like this and crush them. Tonali scoring his first goal. for the Rossoneri, and only second in Serie A. And of course, it's from a free kick. It's funny, he gets one opportunity on a free kick and makes it count. Well, it took Çalhanoğlu how many to score it for the Rossoneri. But there is one video, I wish I can post it because of copyright, but it's just Tonali's free kick with Pirlo's first free kick with Milan, and just side by side, and they're very identical from the corner of the penalty area just going to the side of the net. It's a work of art. He really has impressed this year so far, and this is what he needs after like he put in his own words, a negative year at Milan, and it's hard to go from a transition from Brescia to Milan and so many expectations for you, but he does really seem like he is playing his best out there, learning how to win the ball, dictate the midfield, make that pass. It's really working well for him again. Let's see what else Sandro Tonali can bring this year to Milan and in Serie A. We also had Giroud scoring his first goal for Milan in an official match. He's looking like he could perhaps break the number 9 curse. He's also the first number 9 since Pippo Inzaghi to score on his home debut at the San Siro, so that is already impressive, and he does bring a lot up front, and he does look like a reliable goal-scoring threat when Ibra is out injured. So working well so far, and tough matches ahead for Pioli, especially with the Champions League draw that he had. But definitely, these are times for Milan that they want, and they want to continue their momentum from last year, maintain that top 4 finish, and potentially just challenge like they did last year for the Scudetto if they can. But maintaining that top 4 finish is important, and results like this and showing the performances, they could probably maintain positive results if they keep like this throughout the season. Now, those are some short thoughts. Every match so far that's happened this weekend. If I did miss anything so far, be sure to comment below. Let me know. There are, like I said, a lot of interesting results. I will not talk about standings just yet because we're only two games into the season. But we do have 5 teams. Sorry, again, I keep forgetting this camera. 5 teams perfect so far. Napoli, Milan, Inter, Roma, and Lazio, all perfect so far, with a few teams on 0 points. Those are Venezia, Genoa, Salernitana, Verona, and Torino. And so far, my actually, I predicted Spezia to go down. It's so early. But Spezia, Torino, and Salernitana were my predictions. Maybe I'm thinking Genoa instead. But still, I'm still pretty good with my bottom 3 right now. It's more the top that's a bit surprising so far, but definitely, again, no standing so far, but those are what I think. So if I did miss anything, if there are any topics to debate, be sure to let me know, comment down below. Like I said before, we are going on international break as well. Italy will return to play, especially after the European triumphs. They will go on to play 3 World Cup qualifiers. And again, they've only won 2 of their matches. So 2, 3? I feel like they won a few. 2 or 3. Anyways, they are going to play 3 matches so far on September. September 2nd, Italy, Bulgaria. September 5th, Switzerland, Italy, rematch from the Euros Group A. And then on September 8th, we have Italy, Lithuania. So definitely a few matches there. Let me see here how many games. Italy's played 3 games so far. So I do remember they beat Ireland, Bulgaria, and Lithuania. So they can really take a good commanding lead if they can. And remember, they are 34 games unbeaten. 1 more, they tie Brazil and Spain's record of most games undefeated. Let's see, just 2 more games without a loss, and they could go on to break the record. Let's hope that they do. I will quickly touch on the Serie A fixtures coming after the break. Quickly touch on them. I'll go more in depth a little bit before the match days come and take place if I can get a chance to. But for now, let me just talk about what we are expect after the World Cup qualifiers. Alright, so I don't think they decided to change all the dates yet because it says they're all on September 12th. Be aware in case of any updates. It could change I feel. But anyways, let me list the games that are happening and just put in some key thoughts before I go in there. Torino Salernitana, Spezia Udinese, Sampdoria Inter, Roma Sassuolo, Napoli Juventus, Milan Lazio, Empoli Venezia, Cagliari Genoa, Bologna Verona, and Atalanta Fiorentina. Already 2 matches that really catch the eye, and those are Napoli Juventus and Milan Lazio. Now Napoli are looking good so far. They want to be even better going forward, and they know taking a huge result against Juventus, who have been poor so far, would be crucial for their season to really get going. And remember, after this, a lot of these teams have European competitions: Juve, Milan, Inter, Atalanta, Napoli, Lazio, Roma. But Champions League, also, especially for the teams playing on Tuesday, Wednesday. So that will be set. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's already set or some of these dates are going to change. So be aware. But anyways, especially some of these teams are going to have these crucial matches. Getting these results now are important. Juve want to rebound after that disappointing and embarrassing defeat to Empoli. So if they can bounce back against Napoli, maybe they can get their confidence going. Again, they want to play better and show that they don't need Ronaldo to win, but they already really set themselves back after that defeat. But maybe defeating Napoli could really help them. Remember, Napoli are playing without Osimhen, as far as I know right now. I haven't heard anything about an appeal being approved, so we just wait to find out with that. The other game being Milan-Lazio. Milan looking good, Lazio looking good. It's just going to be a huge clash. And let's see who gets it at the San Siro. It can really get both these teams going in their season, and it can really meet expectations to be one of the games of the weekend. So be sure to check it out, and we'll see who will come on top this weekend. Sorry, not this weekend. 2 weeks time. I forget. I'm so used to saying this weekend. But anyways, we have Italy. Don't forget. And then after that, Serie A returns, and then we'll see how it goes again with the end of the Calcio Mercato, considering that is ending in these next couple of days or hours, whichever you want to call it, depending on when this is posted. So let's see how these teams really reinforce themselves. I will definitely be talking about that. Alright, so that is all for today or for this video. Like I said, if I did miss anything, be sure to let me know. Let me know what you guys thought about the opening 2 rounds of Serie A. And what can we expect in Italy's fixtures for the World Cup qualifiers. Be sure to stay tuned for the video on the transfer market. I'm going to be talking about some of the winners and losers with my good friend Jonathan. And then we'll definitely talk about what we saw with Italy and the fixtures with Serie A once maybe the dates and times are set, because I know there's rumors to change again how it was last year. So just definitely stay tuned for that. Remember, if you haven't done so, click the subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications when our latest videos are released. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Calcio_bros, matchday updates, transfer news, and any other thoughts we have regarding Italian Calcio. And I hope to hear from you guys soon. Ciao!